Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. We have an update for you in the federal lawsuit styled as Rebecca Scofield versus Ashley Guillard, which has been proceeding in federal court in Idaho since December 21st, 2022. This is a 2-count complaint for defamation of character that was filed by Plaintiff Scofield, a history professor at the University of Idaho Moscow campus, against Ashley Guillard, defendant, proceeding pro se, meaning she is not only a party, but she is representing herself. Ms. Guillard is described in the legal filings as an online personality, a TikToker, and a psychic. And what Scofield is claiming is that she was defamed by Guillard. Ms. Guillard last week filed a motion to dismiss lack of subject matter jurisdiction, challenging the very authority of the federal court to sit in judgment of this case and to issue enforceable orders. The plaintiff, led by Wendy J. Olson, her counsel, who also represented the media coalition in several appearances in the Idaho versus Koberger case, has come back with an early response in opposition to dismissal. This is document number 121. It was not due until February 12th. This is called Memorandum in Opposition to Defendants, Rule 12b1, Motion to Dismiss for Want of Subject Matter Jurisdiction. Rule 12b1 is a federal rule of civil procedure that governs dismissal of actions. It begins on page number 1, introduction section. Defendant Ashley Guillard asks this court for a third time to dismiss Professor Rebecca Scofield's defamation claims for lack of subject matter jurisdiction, again contending that Professor Scofield has not demonstrated damages of more than $75,000. As it did the first 2 times, and now reference is made to 2 earlier filings, Docs 59 and 89, on this docket, this court should deny Ms. Guillard's motion to dismiss because Professor Scofield's allegations of damages in her complaint was made in good faith, because Ms. Guillard again attempts to argue the merits of Professor Scofield's damages, and because Ms. Guillard again fails to show to a legal certainty that the claim is really for less than the jurisdictional amount, and then citing to a Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, a federal court case, her motion must again be denied. And so if you were to read this document, and it is 7 pages in total, plaintiff goes on to contend why this basis for dismissal is unmeritorious. As she's saying here, she's referring to this $75,000 figure, referring to it as the jurisdictional floor. Critically important, because the plaintiff Scofield invoked the federal court's jurisdiction on what really were state court claims, counts for defamation. Those are state claims on the grounds of diversity of citizenship. That requires a showing that the plaintiff is a citizen of one state and the defendant is a citizen of another state. She has pled that the plaintiff is a citizen of the state of Idaho, whereas Guillard is a citizen of the state of Texas, but that is hardly where the analysis continues. This is a 2-prong test. The second prong is that there must be the jurisdictional floor, at least $75,000 in damages, exclusive of attorney's fees, costs, and interest. She must have pled in good faith that she had at least $75,000 in damages. What defendant Guillard has pointed out is, look, she has no lost wages. If anything, she has gained money as a result of this situation. She had a GoFundMe account where people donated money to her. She didn't lose any benefits. There's no lost time here. And as to the critical issue of pain and suffering, mental distress, she has no expert, because the expert witnesses, two of them that Scofield brought forward, the judge on January 23rd granted a September 2025 defense motion to strike testimony. And Scofield keeps coming back and saying, look, in good faith, I pled $75,000 in damages when I invoked the federal court's jurisdiction. Now, Ms. Guillard will have the final say here. She gets to file a reply. The judge said that she had until Friday of this week to do so. When that document is filed, we will, of course, advise you what the defense comes back with. Otherwise, this trial is set 2 weeks from today in a federal courtroom in Boise, Idaho. So we will definitely continue to keep you posted regarding the Idaho4 defamation case. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.